Okay, we have a outlet box here that's broken right here. So we're going to take this off. Let's see what kind of connection they have under the red wire nut here. Not too bad. I used a yellow wire nut that was too small, and see how that wire's all wrapped up around there? Rob? Very poor connection there. I got battle. Oh, no. Wow, these boxes got brittle. They're older. They're not very old, but this is all brand new wiring within the last few years. And these boxes all got brittle, and we have to replace a few of them. So we're going to use this type of a box here. Okay, counting. Down in. That one's in. Get up here where our mark is. Two more people. Get right on our mark there. So we'll look at our connections on the side of our outlet. So these look okay, so we'll just make sure they're tight.
I have screws here if you need
Okay,
them.
yes, I got some screws out, thank you. Good. Alright, so we'll get our wires out here. This is a multi-wire branch circuit, so you have 240 volts between the red and the black, and 120 between the red and the white, and the black and the white. So first we'll get our ground wires back together here. Okay, we get our, this has a hole in the middle here for our ground wire to come through our hole. Ground wire back into our box here. We'll get our reds and blacks together here. I'll get our wires the same length here. Strip them nicely here. Get the insulation even at the bottom here. See how that one uneven? I don't like that, so I'm gonna come back up, push that one back some there. There we are. Bring our red one over here. Get it in there like this. Okay, they came out nice and even, so this clipping's there perfectly even here. Put our red wire nut on here. Two more people buy RZ and the other TV. Now I'm not squeezing with the pliers, I'm just turning. I like the wire nuts that have the wings on them. Okay, there's the red, and we'll push it back into our box. Get our insulation even at the bottom here. Make it long and nice. Get the insulation even at the bottom. Okay, I'll make sure they're all nice and even here. Make sure our insulation's even down here and our copper's even up here. Put our wire nut on. Okay, they have the ground hole up, so we'll put our ground wire up here on the top. So now we'll get our whites hooked back up to our outlet. Then the other TV. Okay. Get around our screw, the direction our screw turns. Make sure it's nice and... Okay, I'm going to pull forward on this because that white wire didn't get under the screw head all the way. There it is, that's what we want. And now we'll get our ground wire onto our green screw up here. Okay, so now we can push our device into our new box. I'll finish it by hand so I don't strip my holes out. I put the ground hole up because that's how it was. Okay, now we're in a better spot. So we have the light on the other side and our camera on the other side, and we'll get a better picture. And again, this box is broken. See right there? So we'll open up our loops here. I turned my flashlight back on so I might get a better picture here. So let's see what kind of connection they got under our wire nut here. That one looks pretty good. So we'll just untwist this here. Let's see what kind of. Hey, this one was a pretty good connection too. These boxes got brittle really quick, and this was only put in like maybe a year ago or so. See how it broke out right up here when they tighten the screw in? When you untwist your ground wires and twist them, make sure you don't get the wire in the cutter there. See how brittle those boxes are? That box always came all apart. So we got to open up our openings here. Good, good, good. Some of these boxes are so brittle, they just break when I...
Well, it's been there for 20 years, it got wet too, so.
I don't...
Alright.
They were there 20 years?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't think they were that old, because the wire looks practically new.
Oh yeah, he did it, what, 20, 25 years ago, right?
Something like that.
Alright. Where's this go, on this side?
Yes.
Alright, so 4-foot units, right? So we figure out what 8 is. 3 and 12, 11, 12.
Let me stop.
It pushes up.
12. So back this way. 12.
Right here.
12, so 3, there's 4. 5, 5.5, 6, 6. Go down to that wall. What did I say, 6?
Yeah.
So there's 3 more. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9.5.
25 years ago, the wire still had cloth on the outside and the vinyl inside.
Yep. What did I say I have?
9.5.
There's 18 right there. 4, no, 4 doesn't go into that.
This is a ground wire nut, it has a hole.
So there's 4 more. Where are we at?
13.5.
Where's the 4? 13.5. Then we gotta go. And 8. That's 15.5. Right?
Yep.
You gotta go here. 15.5 and 9. 8. 16.5, 17.5, 18.
Okay, we'll get our reds together here. Rob?
18 and 12, there's 3 more.
Okay,
21?
get our insulation.
Yeah. Yeah.
25 years ago, the outer jacket was still cloth and the 2 inside conductors were vinyl.
Okay.
Your phone's right here.
Okay.
Okay, moving like this.
And 2. And 2.5. And 3.5 and 4. And 5.
Okay, make sure insulation goes into the bottom of our wire nut. Oh, it's in Hawaii. It's a wonderful place to visit. I've seen some wiring that was done around the turn of the century, and it's of course knob and tube, and it's all cloth and rubber coated wire, and no ground back then. Going back. Make sure insulation's even at the bottom here.
Very small one, too. It's just one room with a kitchenette and a shower and toilet. Kind of like for isolation, one person.
And since this is a multi-wire branch circuit, see this little tab here that's on the neutral side? There's one over here, and you got to break that off because we have 240 volts between those two terminals and 120 volts from each side to the neutral. Okay, so we're going to put our red on the top, black on the bottom. They want the ground hole up. By any chance, is there a bottle of water?
I do.
Okay. Oh, what year was your house built?
Turn of the century, probably, but
Mm-hmm.
one.
And it, of course, had knob and tube in it originally, because that's what they had at the turn of the century.
I'm trying to figure something. 4, 4.5, 6.
Make sure we don't get our insulation pinched under the screw head.
7, 8, 9, 10,
Here you go.
Okay, thank you, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Nice, refreshing bottle of water.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and a half, 18 and a half, 20 and a half, 21, 22, 23, 24, maybe 25.
There we
What
go.
did you say we have?
18.
18.
Get this into our box now. Make sure our ground wire doesn't touch anything here. And the screws right here. I'll tighten up my hands so I don't strip my holes out. Again, this box is broken off here. This circuit's still off over here. Looks like it look like inside a wire over here. Oh wow, it's all uneven there. You can see how poor that connection is. See the insulation's down here and some's up here. It's all uneven here. And see how that one's stripped much shorter than the others? So we'll strip those a little longer when we go to rewire this. Let's see what the hell we did on the red wires. The red looked okay. It's a wonderful place to visit. A wonderful place to visit. I'll make this connection a little better here. And I'll close this loop here a little bit better. Okay, so we'll get our insulation even at the bottom here. Get our insulation even at the bottom here. Maui is in Hawaii. And we'll clip it so it's even with the shortest one here. Get our wire nut in here. Here in the country I was born in, for a house 120-240, we use 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps. Black is live, white is neutral. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live on a 110-120 volt switch loop or on a 220-240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. And this is a multi-wire branch circuit, and we have a red and black, which is two separate circuits. When you do that, you have to have your two circuit breakers on opposite legs of the 240 so you don't overload the neutral. Get back in there, get the insulation even at the bottom here. Okay, now clip it so it's even the shortest one here. All three are even on the end here. So got a wire nut on here. Maui is in Hawaii. Maui is in Hawaii. Put our two white wires on our source screw here. Okay, Cal. Here in the country I was born in, your white wire goes on the silver colored screw, which is the wide slot, and your black and red go on the brass screw, which is the narrow slot. And there's two circuits like we have here. We have this little tab broken off, and if it's one circuit, leave that little tab in there. Make sure our copper's under the screw head all the way around and our insulation's not pinched. And now we can put a round wire around our green screw here. Let's finish it by hand so we don't pop our holes out. Alright, this is our last one here. Just gonna make sure our power is off on this one. Oh, look how they got the insulation pinched under that screw head there. See how the insulation's pinched under the screw head? We'll take these wires off and we'll do them again. See how the insulation got smashed under the screw there? That's no good, you don't want that. So we're going to open that up there. And we'll strip our white wires a little longer. Now the yellow wire nut is a little bit too small for 3 number 12 wires, so I'm going to take this off and see what kind of connection they have. See, they got one wire, one is back here, one is up here, so we'll take that off of there. And we'll straighten this out. Let's see what kind of connection we have here. See, they got one wire ending here, the other one ending here, and that one ending there. So that wasn't very even under there. see where those screws go. Here they are. So how's it going, Rob?
Those boxers are a little better, aren't they?
Oh, much better.
You don't have to, yeah, you don't have to friggin' slam it, right?
Yeah.
Out with the this stuff. Any more little pieces? There you go, right here. Yeah, that one goes there.
Then I got a super tiny piece.
And then that one goes
Here.
there. That little tiny one there.
This is the last one, right?
I want you to look at something else too.
Okay.
Yeah, that one goes there. But
Okay.
it's broke.
No, that don't matter. We can fix it. Put all those right up there.
Another broken. This one here?
That just needs to be tightened in, doesn't it?
I think so.
Or I can do it. Maybe I want to get my paneling on there first.
Okay.
I see they kept the ears on that one, didn't they? Yeah, we'll check them all, make sure they're all. No, they don't have to be tight. I have to check them to get my. Oh, the ones with the ears off can be put in totally, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got what? Did you find that one?
No, that one goes there.
Those
Okay,
two.
there's our ground wire. Okay, we'll
Those
put
two
our.
go there. That one goes there. Is there one long enough? Oh, we got some over here.
Okay, we'll get our insulation even at the bottom here.
We got those, right?
Yeah.
Big and small? Yeah.
Yes.
We got those.
Get our
We got those.
insulation even at the bottom here.
We got those. Got the one that goes in the middle. Those two. That one. Maybe they did some pieces somewhere. It look like something was pieced.
Mowing is in Hawaii.
That goes here. They had this one pieced.
What do you got here? We got an inside corner and a straight setup. Straight?
Straight.
That would be an inside.
There.
No, that should be two inside corners, right?
Yeah, this is straight.
What's this one? What's that got on the end of it?
That's got, that looks like it.
Inside.
Inside
Insulation even at the
corner.
bottom here. Okay, that all came out nice and even here.
Inside corner. Oh, that's the one that goes over there.
Then I got one inside.
That's this one right here. piece and another one?
Maybe.
Okay, so we have our red and our blacks.
Inside corner. Over here. No. Unless that has a piece to it.
Okay, we'll put our,
Does that smaller one have
we'll
an
go our red and black
outside
first.
corner?
So we want black on the bottom.
Watch here. Let's put that right here. See if that'll finish that up.
Yep.
Okay. So let's put that like that.
That goes there with that.
We might have more. What do we got left? Just that one?
That one and this one. I have a straight.
Well, I'm gonna take two pieces there. Two smaller ones.
I have a straight.
There's that wall. This should have an inside corner on that end, and an outside corner on that.
Make sure insulation's not caught under our screw head. And our screws are tight.
Yep.
Okay. Like this one. So that is, we'll start over here, we'll call that one. One, one. Let's put right in the middle of them.
They didn't close the loop all the way, so I'll loosen this up. Make sure it's nice and tight.
Put those two over, put that. Three. We'll call that three for the corner. Three. Four,
Make sure insulation's not pinched.
4, 5.
Make sure it's nice and tight.
There's that little piece right there too that goes over here.
We'll just put these,
Just gonna make sure.
I don't want anybody to throw them away.
Nope, our insulation's not pinched. Okay. There you go.
You said you had that on there, we can put that up. Then we'll go. Just put it up with that, and we'll see it there.
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay. So the unmarked ones are the little ones there, okay?
Okay.
Just put it down so they can still walk down without running into something. And that long one just as easy to paint it. I don't know. Otherwise, we gotta cut all the 45s and the, right? Alright, top is here, so you gotta go that way. Go into that other room. Right here. That. Yeah?
Yep.
Good. Well, that was 5 was the bigger one there.
Yes.
We'll call this one 6.
Sometimes you have to struggle with the flathead. Well, if it's not going to go, you know what? It's not going to go.
That's 7. Here's 8 and 9.
So we'll just have to use a sheetrock screw, make sure it's not going to hit any wires, so it's going to be up here. Go. And we are set.
I can get a stud.
So
We can't use a wing, can we? That's all busted.
yep, so what I would do is cut from
Is there a stud over here? Is there a stud here?
no.
This is a wire.
So
We don't want
the
it.
best thing to do is cut
That's
it.
all going to be covered anyway, so apparently.
Okay, so we had one here where the wall was all broken out, so this was an old work box here. And they didn't do a bad job hooking this one up either. This wire looks pretty new too, within the past couple of years. So yeah, they built this out. We put a 2x4 in here with a couple pieces of sheetrock, so it's out away from the trim mold that's going on here. So this is our new box we're putting in. So we're going to put it in like this.
go to Maury's this morning?
Yes, I sure did. I had an omelet this morning.
Was it busy?
He was pretty busy for a while, then quiet for a while, then busy again. When was last? Oh, you went yesterday, right?
Couple, 2-3 days ago. Yep.
Okay, so here in the country I was born in, your white wire goes on the silver screw, which is the wide slot. Your black goes on the brass screw, which is the narrow slot. And the bare wire goes on the green screw, which is your ground, which is this one. We'll put our ground wire on our green screw here, close our loop, the direction our screw turns. Does she ever come to Maury's Diner?
Elsie?
Yeah.
Yeah, she came with me last time. Yeah, usually when I'm working, I don't go because we're in the middle of the morning. Yeah, working.
Oh.
Sometimes we go. If we had to wait for something or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Most of them. Did you see the ones over
There's
there?
our loop, the direction our screw turns.
There's a couple on the left side sticking out. Saw those.
Make sure they're nice and tight, and our copper is under the screw head all the way around, and our insulation's not pinched. And on this way, we'll put our black wire on our brass colored screw.
You don't need any more electrical.
Nope.
Yeah, they're popping out of the concrete.
Make sure it's nice and tight like that. We'll fold our wires into our box. We'll keep our ground wire down away from everything. And we'll make sure it stays down away from everything here. Alrighty, so we just replaced some broken boxes. Here in the country I was born in, we use a 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps, 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare, the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors, however you may find white live in a 110, 120 volt switch loop, or in a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral.
I'll let that stuff go in there.
Peace. Thanks for watching.
Hello. Sleep it out this way.